What do you value most in a friendship?
I think openness and just a friend that you can depend on, a friend that's like there and that isn't just to like receive things, they're also very aware of you. Like, if you're having a bad day or like, let's say you told them that you have an appointment or something that they follow up and they're like, hey, how did that go? And like someone that's very, I guess, intentional. Welcome to the She Cultivates podcast. My name is Elizabeth Savillon, and thank you for joining me on this week's episode. Here we talk about all things personal growth, faith, and cultivating community, and hoping to empower you each week to cultivate your best self and just know that we are all a work in progress. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this podcast and leave a review. All of that helps us to grow, and I am just so excited because we have upcoming events for She Cultivates that you should be a part of if you are in Orlando. We have our podcast live happening in February, as well as our groups in March, and then in April we have a wellness event. If you want to know what's happening with She Cultivates, make sure to follow us at She Cultivates ORL or go on www.shecultivatesorl.com. And I'm here at High Hello Labs in downtown Orlando in this beautiful studio space. And if you want to create content this year, you want to have your own podcast, or just need guidance when it comes to content creation, they are your place to be. So make sure to check them out at High Hello Labs in downtown Orlando, and all the information is down below. On this week's episode, I'm excited because I have my producer, Chris.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
He will be asking me questions to get to know me a little bit better. I guess for you guys to get to know me a little bit better, because I would say we kind of know each other, right?
Yeah. We get into a bunch of chisme beforehand.
Yes, always. And so these are just 20 questions, about 20 questions that we'll be going through. And there's some fun ones, there's some deep ones. And so let's just get right into it.
All right, so starting us off, Liz, what movie always brings you to tears?
I naturally cry in movies. That's first off. But I would say that Pursuit of Happiness always brings me to tears because I feel like it's a heartfelt movie. And a movie that a lot of people don't know about, but it's called Life Itself. It's kind of dark, but it's talking about the generations of how everything's kind of connected in people's stories. And so it's kind of like our parents, what they went through, then what we go through, and just kind of like us trying to be better than the past generations. And so I think that that's a movie that I really love.
How would your friends describe you?
I would say they would describe me as a corny person, because I am. I naturally am very bubbly and very outgoing and extra. I would say a lot of my friends say I'm pretty extra. I'm the overdressed, very detailed extra friend, but I love it.
If you had a button to restart your life, would you press it?
Ooh. Would I be able to have the knowledge that I have today?
Let's say yes.
Well, if I have the knowledge, yes. Yes. But if I had to like start from zero, probably not, because I feel like with the knowledge I have today would help me to make better decisions, right? But I think naturally, as corny as it sounds, I don't think that I would be here if I didn't go through a lot of this stuff. So it's kind of like, no, I wouldn't go restart it. I feel like I would continue living the life that I live.
What is the most worn item in your closet?
Ooh. I'm not an outfit reader that much. So naturally, I would say what I do wear is it's a sweater that says like happy and healthy, and it's super comfy. And so when I'm doing errands or I'm just having like going for a walk or anything like that, I put on that sweater. So I would say that is my repeat outfit, with my leggings and my sneakers. But aside from that, I would say that I don't really repeat.
We love that. What's a memory from your childhood that shaped you who you are today?
I would say, I think that because I moved around a lot growing up. And so I think that I just remember being in like ninth, it was like 10th grade, and being like the new student and having to kind of start all over. And I remember feeling that kind of like that anxiety of being the new person again. And I was like, oh, I have to start my whole life and all of that. But that helped me to become very adaptable to change. And I feel like moving a lot growing up helped me to be flexible with things, like being very friendly to new people, because I understood what that would look like. And so I would say that even though it was like hard, because it's like your brain when you're young, you don't understand the instability. I think it helped me to kind of like do what I do today, because I deal a lot with people that are new, that are trying to make friends in adulthood, that are going to events on their own. And so I feel like that has helped me today.
What's one dream or goal you've been working towards?
I feel like I'm always working towards different goals, but a big one this year is to write, to publish my first journal. And it has been a little intimidating, like you kind of have imposter syndrome and you're like, will people, read what you publish, And so I feel like that has been its own personal growth journey, to write my thoughts on a paper and like go through my journals of the past few years and kind of get all that together. And so doing that, also event hosting and, doing helping other women that are doing their events too. So I feel like all of that are kind of all goals together to become who I'm going to be, right? And into who I'm becoming.
Who has had the biggest influence on your life and why?
I would say my mom. I think as an adult, you kind of see your parents in a different light, because you see them as like they were just learning and doing the best that they can. And I know that my mom has been literally like the rock for my life, like in the past few years. And we've just gotten so much closer because of just seeing all the things that she went through that I never understood. And also how she was able to get as far as she had with the things that, like with the little that she did have. So that she inspires me to like be so much better and greater, and encourages me and believes in all my dreams. And she's like my ultimate hype woman. And like if I remember having a bad day, she's like, you're that girl. I'm like, you're right. So I would say that she is someone that is my biggest role model, and I wouldn't be here without her.
What app do you use the most?
Should we check? I feel like it's Instagram, but I think it's Instagram and then it's TikTok. Yeah, those are my favorite. I'm not really like a Facebook girly or anything else. Sometimes my screen time is a little rough, but I also do social media stuff, so that's why.
If you could do anything without fear of failure, what would it be?
Ew. Does publishing the book count? If I can publish and, do all of that without fear, I would say that. And sometimes I think about if I wanted to move to a big city and like be in the entertainment industry, like do red carpet hosting, all of that, like if I like that's a dream of mine. And so I'm like, would that work out, And so I feel like that would be it.
I could see you doing that.
Yeah, I would love one day.
What's a hobby or activity you can't imagine your life without?
Oh my God, salsa. I love salsa dancing. And I this month, it is actually almost 3 years of me doing salsa. And so I think that is one of the best things that I could have done for myself. Also like the gym, like I love the gym, walking, just doing different activities to stay active, because I feel like it gets me out of my head and it's just fun.
What do you value most in a friendship?
I think openness and just a friend that you can depend on, a friend that's like there and that isn't just to like receive things, they're also very aware of you. Like, if you're having a bad day, or like, let's say you told them that you have an appointment or something, that they follow up and they're like, hey, how did that go? And like, someone that's very, I guess, intentional. And when I said openness, I think more of like they're open to understand that a friendship takes intentional time and work, and they're willing to do the work, and they're willing to understand the different seasons. You know, like when you have like something going on in life and that they're like, it's okay, don't worry, like I'm not taking it personal, like I'm here for you regardless. And so I would say those are the things that I value.
How do you typically handle stressful or tough situations?
My eyes twitch. And I usually first internalize my stress. And so I start running around or speaking very fast or doing things very fast. And I usually have to catch myself to be like, breathe, calm down, because I start like just going everywhere. And I've had my friends and family be like, calm down, breathe, you know? So I would say that it is noticeable. Do you think it's noticeable when I'm stressed?
A little bit.
Yeah. What do I do?
You're kind of like a pinball and you're like jumping all over the place and bing, 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 bing.
Yes, I am. And you can see it. You're like, okay, you good? Yeah. I'm trying to work on that. It's taken me a long time to get here with my stress. Because I would kind of like wear my emotions on my face. And so I feel like I'm trying now to like just be calm. Like all is fine. All is well.
What is the most meaningful compliment that you've ever received?
I think when people tell me that I give them joy, like I'm always smiling or happy, that is honestly something that I appreciate so much, that compliment. They're like, you radiate joy. And I'm like, thank you. Like, wow, I didn't know that that's how I was perceived. And then also when someone says that watching me go through and overcome things in my life has inspired them to hope, to try things again, to work on themselves. Those are things that just really make me so happy, because those are more compliments that are so much more meaningful than outer word things.
What's something that people wouldn't know by looking at you or your social media?
That I played soccer growing up and I was a captain in my junior year. So I would say that that is something that a lot of people didn't know. I did wear pink all the time in practice and I was very girly, but I've always been very active, like growing up and all of that. So I love soccer, and that is one of my favorite sports.
What role do faith, spirituality, or personal beliefs play in your life?
That is the foundation of my life. I know that I would not be here without Jesus. And that is something that I feel like my relationship with God has changed so much throughout the years, because it's been more than what my parents taught me, but about my personal relationship with him. And like, I see him, even this past month, I would say, I saw him really do a miracle in my life. And I know that he gave me the peace to work through that. So I just hope to always be the light, an example of Jesus to others.
And our final question, how do you define success and fulfillment?
Ew, that one's a good one. I would say as I get older, success means so much more than just the things that you have, the money that you have. It's more about feeling peace, having great people around you, having loved ones around you, being healthy, and doing what you love.
Love that. Well, thank you, Liz. I appreciate you having me on as a little bit of an interviewer.
Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. It was a little different, and you did amazing, Chris.
Thank you.
Per usual.
I try.
But if you guys have any other questions, make sure to comment them. Let me know what you would love to know more about me. Maybe we'll do another one like this.
Yeah, this was fun.
Another day. And thank you guys so much. Share this with a friend. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys next week.